This morning I had a customer call me, said he wanna sell some converters. And I said, yeah, that's what's up, but I mean, when you trying to sell them? He said, right now if I can. I'm like, alright. I woke up this morning feeling like a boss, and if you ain't selling to me, you ain't afraid to take a loss, player. 2 cell phones and both of them cost. Then I went and got a third and hit my mans with the toss. Running numbers up, I hear it's like lacrosse, but I know that's not your sport, so let me hesitate, then I cross. Got a new customer, he said he liked the sauce, so I cooked him something special, then he told me thank you, boss. If you feel the same, and everybody said they feel the same, then why y'all ain't getting paid? Then why y'all ain't getting paid? Cause if you feel the same, and everybody said they feel the same, and I said we all getting paid, then I said we all getting paid. It's a convert the conversation, convert the conversation, convert the conversation. It's convert the conversation, convert the conversation. And the price that's sweet when you talk to me, wanna sell to me, wanna sell to me. Convert the conversation, convert the conversation, convert the conversation. It's convert the conversation, convert the conversation. And the price that's sweet when you talk to me, wanna sell to me, wanna sell to me. Oh. You, them prices true. You could call my bluff, go ahead and bring them through. It's a long way up, but I'm trying to see the view. So the moral of this story is I'm trying to buy a few. You've been so patient, and that patience is a virtue. How you running home with money like you trying to catch a curfew. And that's been certain, like they promise certainties. But you can call me with some value, and I'll give you what you need. This my symphony for sellers, my junkyard dwellers, my jacking up them cars, he got a saws off, fellas. This my symphony for sellers, my junkyard dwellers, my jacking up them cars, he got a saws off, fellas. It's a convert the conversation, convert the conversation, convert the conversation. It's convert the conversation, convert the conversation. And the price that's sweet when you talk to me, wanna sell to me, wanna sell to me. Convert the conversation, convert the conversation, convert the conversation. It's convert the conversation, convert the conversation. And the price that's sweet when you talk to me, wanna sell to me, wanna sell to me.
Yo, Super Friends Sundays. Let me get this intro going on. Let me check in with the people real quick, see who in here before I play this introduction. Y'all put a fire sign in the chat if y'all ready for some fire game. All my King players, check in. And my GT, my Game Tight ladies, check in too. Shout out to James Brown. TOP was good, bro. Deluxe, what's up, King Solomon? What up, brother? Tim, what up? LDA. Okay, let me get this intro. Let me get it going on. Just do a little of this. Do a little of that. Do a little of that. Do a little of that. No way. Do a little of that. Let's go.
See, the problem is I ain't going nowhere. You can shoot at me, you can stab at me, take your best shot. This is the remix. Suck a dick, no homo. Dipset. Remix, let's go. I'm hardcore, Randy Savage, Paul Backlund, Paul Acton, who they think they carjacked. Dumping and dump, I slumped and I slumped. They mad my car's like an elephant. The trunk in the front, still shit. See you do be at 6 threw me back, a few they clapped, but I ate those. Them shits is Scooby snacks. I ain't C-star, I'm a G-paw, through the Lamb in 6, drove to the ER. Had to make it hot, feel like Pac, I know it's set up. Them old niggas know I'm about to take their spot. Ain't no A-B, I-O-U, Y-B. Gotta get them up in ICU, like I see you at the BP. Shot them off GP. Gun from VA, down to DC. What I DOA, if you short up on my PC. C74, switched them over to PC. Like Chuck D, we the 06 PE. Fuck me, why? I'm in the 06 GT. All about them G's, we the BG, Bird Gang, Dipset, DIP, C, like KRS-One, the great BDP. You wanna join the crew? Yeah, must see me. Flee. Yeah, we in the coops, top dropping on the haters, young dudes, OGs.
Yo. What up? What's going on, brothers?
Yeah. What up, everybody? Peace to the chat.
Mars,
what up?
What up? Alan, Mr. Man in Action, what up?
LDA, what it do? Mr. MIA, what up?
MIA, you want to come up? Let me know. I know you want to. You know about the dating game because he's in the field all the time, shooting pornos.
Shout out Mars Dope.
What up? What's up, Dre? Yeah, man. So the question is, why are women so difficult? Let's just check in and let's just unpack it. And then if you guys in the chat, you got a quick question, hit the super chat. You feel me? Or if you got a wrench, have at it. RPC, what's good, man? Why are women so difficult nowadays, man? What do you think it is? Just from hearing from other guys and shit too. What are the common themes?
Common things that dudes complain about women.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
I wouldn't say complain. I would say their struggles. You feel me? Not
struggles. Okay, struggles, not complain. All right. That's a different question. Not these struggles. I would say one of the biggest struggles that I think a lot of males around me say without saying is the fact that they have trouble keeping the attention of a woman. You know what I mean? Or keeping the interest of a woman. I mean, because the interest might be high in the beginning, or they may be able to get a woman's interest in the beginning, but it eventually fizzles out. You know what I mean? So that's something that men struggle with a lot. And what I tell them is, you know, and it's kind of an answer that they're not really expecting, and it's like, yo, you're spending too much time with this woman, or you're giving this woman too much of your attention. Because, you know, imagine if you're texting a woman, you know, all the time, if not all the time means to you. Let's say you're texting her every other day, or, you know, you're trying to, you know, go out on a date with her every day, if not every other day. It's like, what I want them to realize is, like, when you give that much time and attention to a woman, one, it can feel smothering to some women, but two, it shows that you don't have your own life. You don't have, you know, your own thing going. It's almost like you're making her a priority. Now, you know, a lot of males are taught that, you know, you got to make the woman a priority, especially if you're interested in her and this, that, and the third. Yeah, but she a priority, but not your top priority, you know? So one of the struggles that I think a lot of guys deal with is, you know, keeping the interest of a woman. And I think, one, if you're giving her too much attention or too much of your time, to be more specific, you know, it's almost like you don't become a rarity. You become something that she becomes accustomed to. So that's just one. I mean, I could probably think of a few more, but that's the first one that comes off the top of my head. What say you, LDA?
Greetings, my good brothers.
Sure.
And red pill chauvinists. I think the problem is the focus is completely wrong. So you know I'm going to come with a spin and a twist right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of guys who say why women are difficult in these 2020 is because you're dealing with the wrong woman.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times guys don't realize that they're dealing with the wrong woman because they have not set the parameter inside of them on what kind of woman that they need or that they should have in their life. First thing, she should be cooperative, submissive, feminine, and what else? Beautiful. So if you have that premise, what difficulties are you going to have? If she does not meet those prerequisites, guess what she does? She leaves the kingdom and goes to somewhere else. So the premise of saying why they're so difficult, yeah, on one sense, they are delusional in some things because they don't want to face reality. But you got to think about why you are attracting difficult women that you think you have to correct or kind of constantly get together. Somewhere inside of you, you think that's the best for you. That's what you deserve. So I don't buy into the thing that women are difficult. She has not ran into a man that can train her correctly.
I agree with you 1,000%, LDA. Because now that you mentioned, if I were asked the question, why is it difficult dealing with women? I think that's the title of the show. Why is it difficult dealing with women in 2020? The first thing I thought was, well, I'm not having difficulty with women. You know what I mean? So I thought, okay, why am I not having difficulty with women? And maybe the average male is having difficulty. And the answer that came to me was, I don't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? If she's not already coming ready to be on my program, ready to, in my program, something as simple as the, prerequisites, like you stated, LDA, like something as simple as respect. You know what I mean? Like having some type of morals to herself, principles, whatever the case may be. Of course, there's more to that, but that's the things that pop out of my head. But just something as simple as that women need to, basically, men need to have standards so that women know that they have to work to be on board with the dude.
Good stuff. I got my man, Mr. Man in Action. What's going on, brother?
Yo. What's good, everybody?
Yo, MIA, what up?
Chilling, man. I saw that joint.
What's the word of the streets, bro? Why are women so difficult?
Man.
All right, man, you breaking up, MIA?
I can hear.
Can you hear me now?
Rewind. Say that again. You was breaking up.
Can you hear me?
All right, that's me then.
Yo.
Yeah.
Al, can you hear me?
I can hear him.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Go ahead, bro.
I mean,
yo.
I think yours off because I can hear him.
I hear him too.
I'm on the phone right now, but I think a lot of them are difficult because a lot of guys make this game difficult for themselves because really women just go off our vibe. You know what I mean? Like they gonna come however you come in. You come to them all shy and awkward and all that shit. Well, they gonna be shy and awkward because they're meant to follow us. So if they're difficult, it's probably because you're being difficult with your game as a man. But in reality, like you guys said, I don't really deal with that difficult shit from women for real. Because once they start acting like that, I just move on.
Exactly.
Shout out to Lottery Guru. He said social media definitely changed the game. Yes, sir.
I disagree.
You say you disagree with social? Oh shit! Now, let me hear
LDA.
Let's just see what you gotta say first. I'm gonna just listen. Go ahead. Tell me how social media didn't change the game.
The game is fundamental, but how it's executed has changed. The game is fundamental. That does not change. Well, how it's executed has changed in social media, yes, but the game itself has not changed. If you do the fundamental, you know your fundamentals, when it comes down to going into whatever market, you already know what to do. So the game didn't change, but how you use it has changed. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Anybody else want to take that or?
No, I would just say that I think the one way I would say that the game changed due to social media is the fact that women are bombarded with attention now. I mean, they could get attention not just from their hometown or home state. You know what I mean? They could get attention from men from all around the world. So this attention, does something to their brain. Like Jay-Z said in one of his lines, these chicks are gassed from too many sexual advances. So that's why, they have a certain air to them. You have chicks who are, average looking, which is nothing wrong with being average looking. You got chicks who are average looking, acting like they're 8s, 9s, and 10s. It's a problem. I mean, you got women out here overvaluing themselves. It's a problem. So those are things I think. Those are a few extra obstacles that I think were thrown into the game. So I'm not saying that the game is a complete 180 from what it used to be. I'm just saying like there are just extra factors to it now, if I can put it like that.
Good. Shout out to Lottery Guru for the super chat. He says social media. Okay, boom. Shout out to Data and Doc. What's going on, brother? What's the problem with the guys, man? Everybody on here coaching stuff because y'all can say some good stuff. What's the problems that the guys are having that you on the streets? What do you say?
I think both sides. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, cool. Shoot, our brains are just straight up fried on the phone, social media, Netflix. Like the guys, they don't have that creativity, that wit, that seduction like they used to. And the woman, they bombarded with all kinds of attention. So their ADD is just gone. I mean, it's on a whole nother level for both sides. So yeah, that's why 2020 is different.
D-Lux says, in my eyes, the only thing that has changed with social media is that there is more option and women get more attention. That's fact, man. Social media has changed the game. It flip-sided around. You can, if you have game, you can still maneuver, but it's just like it's an evolution, just like how cars. The structure and foundation of cars are the same, but they've evolved. So social media has changed the game because it evolved the way that you do shit. The possibilities you had to access, you can hit up movie stars and shit like that. It changed everything. You know what I'm saying? Now you don't, but you can, if you have poor game, you can still do it. But you gotta to fully be invested in the dating shit. Now you gotta know how to do both. I mean, you don't have to, but it's like if you don't exercise both, you don't know what you're missing out on. So, some guys would be like, I don't need it because you don't do it. You don't know the benefit of it because you ain't experienced it, because it is a level if you get jiggy in there. That's my take. Anybody want to say anything about that?
About social media? I'm good. That's all I'll say about it, the attention part. I mean, I definitely bombarded with attention to the point where, even if they do meet a quote unquote good guy, I mean, they always feel like there's always a dude in their DM that might be, that much better than that dude right in front of them. So it keeps them on that perpetual monkey bar.
It changes the way women look at themselves, man. Since we deal with women and they look at themselves different, then it's a change right there.
Let me say,
they see what pictures are getting liked on social media. And they say, oh, they like, chicks with, big asses like that. Oh, they like chicks with small waists. All right, I'm gonna go get some surgery to look like that. So, it goes a lot of different ways. You got the dudes liking these chicks' pictures enough to the point where we have a term called Instagram model. Like, you're not a model, man. You just take pictures on Instagram.
Let me say this. What happens is, in social media is nothing new. This happened with the Jet magazine girls, or back in the day before even Jet, there was a select few of women who got this attention. What has happened now with social media, it has opened the floodgates for a greater number of women to get that attention. There's always been a select few of women who got that attention from men who drooled over them, who would do anything to get with them. What has happened is with social media is open, like you guys have said, have opened a floodgate. Now it's not just that one group. Now there's a large amount of women who are getting that attention. But what happens is when that takes place, it messes up the market, because now you're going to have people who are not quality getting the attention that they don't deserve. So that's when we have a lot of women that are delusional in their overvaluing their sexual marketplace, when they are really, like the case we all know about, why you thinking you are 9, but you're really a 3. So the market has definitely been inflated. That's what social media has did to a lot of women. It has inflated their sense of entitlement and their sense of sexual marketplace value. And I think that's what we need to realize is taking place with social media.
Back to the question of the title of the episode, why are men having difficulty in 2020 with women? Another thing I believe is the fact that, you know, especially with this whole everything going on in the world, I think women are starting to really see how, for lack of a better term, I was gonna say one way, I'm gonna say it like this though. Women are starting to see even more now how many men are non-masculine. Like, for example, like one of my coworkers, he was telling me about his son-in-law, and he was saying, like, you know, his daughter had a flat, the two of them had a flat, and dude didn't know how to fix the flat. And dude is like in his early 30s. And I was thinking, like, you know, that's not something uncommon that I've heard about dudes not basically these younger generation dudes not being handy. I mean, not even know how to use a screwdriver or a hammer, or like I said, something as simple as, you know, not simple, but something as, you know, that I learned since I was a teenager, since I started driving, you know, how to change a tire. So another reason why dudes is having difficulty with women is because they are not. I was gonna say they're not tapped into their feminine side, but what I really should say is they're not in control of their feminine side. You know what I mean? And you know, with reason, because like I said, there are a lot of males out here who grew up with no other males or men in the house, so they had nothing to emulate. They don't know how to even express their masculine energy. So it's a conundrum. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, which came first, the bird or the egg? I mean, the bird or the egg.
This my opinion on it. Salute to everybody on the panel.
Shout out to Zazo too. What's good, brother? If you want to,
what's going on, Zazo?
You link, bro. What's going on, bro? Go ahead, TLP.
It really come down to like what LDA was saying. It's really the fundamentals don't change, and basically, it's a order to how you approach a woman. So when you approach her, you start out with your introduction. But the very next thing you got to do is just like what you would do in your conversation. You got to intrigue the bitch. But you guys don't know how to do that. I'm getting ready to get to that. And, you know, after you get her interest, you got to keep her engaged, which is why a lot of you guys can't keep your chick around you, because you don't know how to do that either. The reason why you don't know how to do that is because most of you motherfuckers out here be faking and end up being tricks to some degree or other. You show up to these women as your representative. You show up trying to act like you Idris Elba when you should send the gold tooth nigga from the stock room that put cans on the shelf in Walmart on third shift. That's the nigga who you need to send. And I say that because I keep stressing that guys gotta be they self. So you gotta learn who the fuck you are and be comfortable with that. And then show up to the chick who you are, because that's who the fuck she want to know about. That's who she gonna like. That's why you can't keep her around you, because you faking to start with, and you can't maintain that shit.
Thanks. Hey, your point is similar to mine, man. The problem I feel like is like what you saying. Men don't know themselves, so the problem lies where these dudes are too easily impressed. They're impressionable by other dudes, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, like a dude can see a dude having somewhat of success, so then he might try to, follow kind of what's not him. But then what happens is when you interact with chicks, like you say, it's not you, and it's not genuine, and women aren't attracted to that. You know what I'm saying? So
I got a drop coming real soon where I'm gonna lay out exactly what I did. I mean, it's really, really simple.
What up?
It's so simple that it almost borders on absurdity how simple it is to interact with women. Really. I mean, in my opinion, these guys they trying to. It's like they trying to learn a whole lot, but they can't do it all because they can't remember it all. And the only thing they really need to remember is just be you. That's
Exactly.
like take Mr. Man in Action, for example. When you see him and he out and he doing videos and he interviewing chicks, like he was interviewing two look like two white chicks. And she asked him a question. She was real direct and real explicit.
Right.
Did you see him hesitate?
Nope.
Hell no. He hit her right back with her same shit. Do you want to see it, bitch?
Mm-hmm.
Flip her right on her goddamn head. But see, guys don't do that because they not being themselves. They know they want to say that kind of shit to women, but they scared to say it because they think the bitch will run away like he a motherfucking Halloween ghoul or some shit. That's what them bitches want, that shit. That's what gets the pussy wet. Talking about the pussy gets the pussy wet.
Thanks.
Hey, yo, real quick, what I was going to say is, like you said, a lot of these dudes aren't themselves. They're too concerned about what other dudes are going to think about them. So they out and about in the field and they worried about, is this alpha or is this beta? Am I simping? Am I not simping? What are they going to think? Who would think about, like, yo, bro, like, yo, do you. Like, yo, do you. That's a lot of thinking going on. And before I forget this last point, another thing that dudes need to understand is how important your energy is, man. What I mean by that is, I can tell you the times that I remember that I didn't get what I want when I approached the chick were the times where I either basically thought that this might be some difficulty, or I don't know if I could bag her for whatever reason, and it didn't work. Compared to when I look at it, it's like, oh, I'm about to get this right real quick. Like, it's like in my mind, it was already a done deal. So when I came with that energy compared to whether it be a nervous energy, whether it be an unsure energy, whatever the case may be, I'm not saying every time I came with a unsure energy it didn't work, but what I'm saying is the times that I came with that confident energy, like, yo, it's a done deal, 9 out of 10 times it was a done deal. You know what I mean? So be mindful of your energy. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, RPC, because it leads exactly into what I was getting ready to say. A lot of guys, they hear us talk about be confident. You got to have some confidence. Well, here's the biggest secret. It's the elephant in the fucking room. It takes confidence to be yourself. And not give a fuck about what people think. It take a whole lot of goddamn confidence to be standing in a line in the grocery store hollering at a chick, and you don't give a fuck about what people think, even if she rejects you.
Hey, the game,
that is what women is looking for when you walk up to them. They looking for that confidence, and you guys don't have it because you don't show up as you.
Hey, about being yourself and confidence. I kind of use the metaphor of boxing, right? If you think too much of the advice we're giving you, right, and you're thinking of, okay, what am I supposed to do next? You try that in the ring, you get knocked out. That's just facts because you're thinking too hard about this. So a lot of it is just you're in the flow, and you got it. You don't have that time to just overthink this. You just go in the flow, and you either punch or get punched. So that's kind of how it is with your approach. You either just say, "Hey, let me talk to her. Let me feel what this flow feels like." And okay, if you mess up a couple of times, you get back in the ring. But I think a lot of dudes, they listen to these and they get too wrapped up in the science instead of the art of the game.
Yeah, they don't just let it flow. But that's got a lot to do with not being yourself. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that my bad, RPC, but I wanted to get this out. But another thing, and this is the second point that I wanted to make the touch on, what you were saying just previously. When you approach chicks, not only do you want to approach them as who you are, aka Jerome Rome. That's the nigga who you need to be, because that's who you really want to be. So be that. But when you approach her under that pretense, or you understand what I'm saying, in that manner, you gotta approach the situation like, okay, you can't be outcome dependent. What you're looking for is you looking to gauge to see how much this woman is actually interested in you, and it's real simple. The longer she stay there and talk to you, the more interested in you she probably is, because don't no woman want to waste time talking to nobody, some dude she ain't interested in being bothered with.
Shout out to Black Live for the super chat. Said salute to the brethren on panel. Salute to you too, bro. Excuse me.
Absolutely. What I was gonna say real quick was like we just said, dudes be in their head and they be in their head too much. They gotta learn how to quote unquote freestyle. You know, when they talking to a female, you know, we could call it mouthpiece, we could call it whatever. And dudes might be like, oh, you know, how can I do that? You know, how can I start freestyling? Where one thing I said was, you know, if you have the option, or, you know, if you're able to take an improv class, you know, that'll definitely help you, you know, get out your shell. But if you don't have that opportunity, another thing that I said was, you know, dudes have to learn how to talk to people in general. You can't just, because if you're not accustomed to talking to people in general, when it's time to talk to that chick that you really want to smash, that it feels like it's crunch time with 30 seconds left on the clock and you got to hit that shot. You know what I mean? Like, you know, as opposed to when you're just already accustomed to talking to people, when you're talking to the chick that you really want to smash, it's all like TOP said. First of all, it's all about having the conversation to see how interested she is and how much interest she has in the first place. But from you already being able and knowing how to talk to people in general, you'll learn how to turn the conversation or turn your tone, or, you know, or like we said before, it's all about body language. So you can have a regular conversation and learn that your body language will communicate something to that chick that you really want, while still having a regular conversation, because that'll be second nature. You know what I'm saying? Because I started this by saying you gotta learn how to freestyle. So everybody, you know, just start learning how to talk to people, man. Start learning how to have small talk. I mean, and at the same time, when you have this small talk and talking to all these people, you will also learn how to be vulnerable. You know what I mean? Because you can't be talking to all these strangers or people you don't know, and, you know, being a clam and keeping everything to the chest. You know what I mean? You gotta be open, be a little bit open about certain things about yourself, and that'll also help you learn things about yourself too. Realize who you are.
Good stuff. Shout out to Lottery Google. He said the panel was fire. Thank you, brother. P Dubs is in the house. Salute.
That's another thing that Mr. Man in Action demonstrated in his video. You know, to use a good example.
Is this from today? Start referencing, because
I seen it a couple of days ago. He was like in a mall or something, and he was interviewing two chicks, and she asked him about his joint, and he turned right around with his like it was just like a tennis match. She hit the ball over to him, and he hit that shit right back to her. She was like, "Yo, how big is your joint?" He was like, "Yo, you want to see it?"
Yep.
That's
think about it. Boom.
When RPC say you got to improvise, that's a good example of improvisation. And basically what you need to keep in mind, guys, is just play off of what the fuck she's saying.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? She asked a question, one up her motherfucking ass.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even answer. You can respond to the question, but don't answer.
So, Mr. Man in Action, what was the behind the scenes edition of that chick? What happened after the cameras went off?
Well, I ended up getting both of their numbers, and
damn. You ain't even have to say it. I already knew.
Yeah, instead of texting them one by one, I put them in a group chat. So we've been discussing this future threesome we gonna have, because they not in the same city as me. But basically, what all you guys were saying as well, this is how I look at it. The best game is when you don't think about running game. The best you're gonna get with women is just going out. Because people ask me all the time, "What did you say?" Or I'm like, honestly, I don't even know. I just went up and I talked to her, or I went up and I talked to this person. When you and if you do want to call it game, at least have fun. You know what I mean? So if you guys are playing your Xbox or your PlayStation, you're having fun when you're playing that game. So when you're out socializing with people, learn to have fun with this shit. Don't make it too serious, because it only gets complicated and hard for you when you make it too serious. So if you want to call it game, look at it as you actually playing a game. But I'm telling y'all, the best game is when you don't think about running game. If that's not too complicated, you know what I mean?
Yep. The best game.
He just casually says slick shit. Yeah, this sword you I'm going to have.
The best game is no game at all.
Yep. Yo, I've said it before. I don't have no opening line. I don't have because I just be freestyling. Whatever's off the top of my head, whatever's in the environment, like TOP said, especially whatever she's saying. I could definitely play up whatever she's saying. That's probably the easiest thing to do, right there. You know what I mean? But again, dudes don't even know how to listen. I mean, they're too busy worried about what am I going to say next, and what am I going to say next, and what is she going to think about how I say this, and how I'm going to laugh at her joking. Nah, B, this shit ain't funny. I'm gonna look at it like, really? yo, your girlfriend always act like this? All right, no doubt, no doubt. Anyway, yo, what would you say?
Yo, I remember
talk,
you
just
saying.
Like that.
I remember you saying when you go to New York, you gotta ask New York bitches, is their hair real and is their shoes real leather? Yo,
I like your shoes. That's what's up. That shit real leather? They gonna be like, yeah. And they gonna be trying to prove to I bought it from here, that pay. No doubt, word. All right, no doubt.
Qualifying herself.
Exactly. I said it before. My thing is when I start talking to a chick, I want her to get to a point to be like, 'cause I don't introduce my name. I just start having a conversation. And when I get to the point where she's like, what's your name again? And because I want her to feel like whatever I'm saying, you know, to her or whatever, how I'm making her feel, for her to feel like, yo, who the fuck is this guy, yo? Like, I don't even know this dude's name. Exactly. Like, that gets her intrigued, like T.O.P. said.
I want to see how much of a metaphorical beating she can take, because I'm getting ready to roast the hell out this bitch.
Yup. Dudes are scared of that. They're scared
She show up. I'll be like, damn, bitch, I waited all this time for this. You could at least shave that 5 o'clock mustache before you showed the fuck up. Make them laugh at themselves.
Word.
I want to ask Lawrence. Lawrence, what's your number one go-to pickup? Do you have one? When you out in the streets, when you see one you like, what's one of your go-tos?
I pretty much don't have no pickup. I just pretty much I read energy. I read her energy. I read the body language. And what I do is I did like RPC. I never ask for names. Names means nothing. Your name means nothing at that time. So I just approach. What's going on? How's it going? So I approach her like I have the mindset. I approach her like I knew her since 3rd grade.
Okay. That's new game for me. I always ask for the name. So
right, I know I don't ask for the name. So I talk to her like I've been knowing her since 3rd grade. So I start talking about something. She's going to give me something that I can peg on to conversate about. Then I go in and just say, hey, wait a minute. Did I? You know what? You didn't tell me your name. How dare you didn't tell me your name? Said, no, you didn't tell me your name. You've been talking to me. I'm treating you like I've been knowing you since you were in 3rd grade. Remember, I used to pull your hair. So automatically you have a sense of familiarity.
You see that?
So I'll do that. And then when I get her name, I don't ask for her number. I learned this again and again. What's the best thing to do is just pretty much ask for Instagram, because that's like the number nowadays. So I asked her the Instagram. Okay, ABCDFG. I said I may DM you, plain and simple. And so that's how I do it. So my go-to is that, or I just start talking. Or you know what, I like your shoes, but you know what, it don't match your fingernails. Things like that. It's called a backhand compliment.
Compliment, yes, sir.
Incidentally, I'm a co-sign what LDA just said, because I noticed that too. I never used it as like a tactic, and I never really paid attention to it until as of late. But you don't have to ask a chick her name at all. You just start talking to her, because bitches love to talk about anything. Yeah, LDA, that's some real slick shit though.
The fact that they're talking to a stranger is excitement in itself. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to wonder, who is this guy? Let's see what this is about. And who is this stranger that got all this goddamn conversation?
Right. So I'm gonna give you an example. So yesterday I was at the mall and I was talking to somebody I seen from church or whatever the case may be, and this lady walked past. I said, "Hey, hi, Alexis." And now I did know her. She was from my 3rd grade. But since we haven't seen each other in over 40-some years, so it's sort of awkward a little bit. Then I began to tell her a story about what happened in 3rd grade. You know what I mean? That was my way of connecting us together and for us to laugh. The moment she laughed, I said, I got you. And I took it from there. So it's just different. It is learning how to be good at conversation and having a mouthpiece. Women like everyone is saying on here is learning how the focus is not on you, on how wonderful you are and what you can do. The thing is
Mm.
to talk about them. And I think a lot of guys miss that because they want to emphasize, I got an MBA from Yale University and I'm driving a bit. They don't care nothing about that. The sweetest name to any woman or any person is actually their name or themselves. So that's what I capitalize on. That's just sales 101. You know what I mean? So that's what I do with women. And then even online, I never ask their names. I mean, they're gonna show their name, they may have fake names. I even online, I do the same thing. I just start talking like I knew them before, or I ask questions. I don't ask the normal questions. So I ask a question like this, and I know people are gonna try to use it, but it is what it is. I got some new I'm using anyway. So what I do is I said, tell me 5 things. Tell me 4. If you can go anywhere in the country in 3 days, what 5 things would you take? And so she has to think, what 5 things would I take? So she's going to answer that. That's pegging her interest going out of town. So I got her imagining. Now she's thinking about 5 things that she would take. Then I would go and say, why would you take that? So it caused the conversation to go. Now she may ask me what I would take. I might say whatever, but then I have something I can build on. Well, have you ever been to Italy? Have you ever been to Florence and actually seen the fountains over there? Have you been to where the Vatican is? Okay, blah, 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 blah. Now I can talk on that point. It's just learning how to use stepping stones to actually communicate with a woman and lead the conversation where you want to go. Does it work all the time? No, it's not 100% proof, but it definitely works.
Data and Doc, what you got? What's your go-to when you out in the streets and you see one you like? What you do?
So the thing I was picturing, so we got HEB over here, right? That's like a Publix, grocery store. So, I take advantage when I'm in uniform. Okay, I got to do my thing, especially now when we're in masks. They can't catch a smile, but something that I do, I go up. Matter of fact, I remember distinctly. I went up to this girl at the coffee aisle, and the 2 things I kept in mind was disarming her and just straight up masculinity. So what I do is I'll go up to her and I'm like, I could stand here pretending I'm looking at this coffee, but I'll pass by and I'm just trying to see if that personality matches them yoga pants, like straight up. So I'm trying to gauge her to make sure she's got personality. I'm not begging for her attention. I'm trying to gauge her, because if she feels like, okay, wait a minute, this guy could leave anytime. He's not out here just hanging out, trying to wait for, phone number, whatnot. She senses that kind of energy. And she sees like, hey, I don't give a damn. I could go up to any girl, but I'm here talking to you. And it just flows. Like, I can't even think of like what is said, because I'm honestly just thinking about that energy. And if she comes off a little too quiet, she might be shy a little bit. So then I wait around. I can pick up on that energy, and I'll chat it up. Again, that's where I get into just being naturally friendly, but still being masculine. And what she's trying to gauge is, okay, do I feel safe around this dude? Does he turn me on? And can we vibe with this conversation flow? That's really what she's looking at. If you can't vibe with the convo flow, too much space, she's going to pick up on that nervous energy. If she don't feel safe because you're giving out these creepy vibes because you too insecure, or you worried, you're trying to like fight or flee, she's not going to be about that as well. So, but yeah, I mean, thinking about like the pickup line or whatnot, really, I disarm them. And what I mean by the disarm piece is I'll make jokes. I'll be like, hey, let me talk to you real quick before your boyfriend gets back from aisle 5, right? And she's joking around, but it's like, damn, this guy's got balls. So disarm and masculine, and then from there it just flows. I just kind of go with what's around me, where the conversation's going, and yeah, like we're talking about Instagram, especially now with a lot of us having our businesses, having our content. When we say, yeah, matter of fact, yeah, I got my own little venture. And I'm going to leave it with this. And you brought it up, LDA. They don't care about the MBA or what you got. they care about what the why, what you do with your MBA, what you're passionate about doing with it, or how you got to that. That's what they care about, is the power of why, not giving them this resume.
And real quick too, I want to know what TOP do. But look, dating Doc, Chris, I can hella tell your personality and your game. I can hella just picture you doing this shit, just how you said it.
Oh, I pretty much do the same thing like what the previous gentleman was saying. Is I generally disarm chicks. That's what I meant. I didn't say it like that. You know, I said I basically make them laugh at themselves. That's basically disarming them. So, you know, I mean, like, I don't be like clownish about the shit, but you know, I'll look at her and find something about her that I know that she probably gonna feel self-conscious about, and I'll make a joke about the shit. And she usually gonna laugh about it too. You know, and it put her at ease because it let her know, yeah, I see you, bitch. You ain't perfect. So, you know, but I'm a fly motherfucker. That's why you here with me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And at the same time, you know, it play on their emotions because you playing on something that they self-conscious about, and I'm making her laugh at the same time. Right. So it's like she experiencing two emotions when I disarm her immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes some chicks, you know, I'll flirt with them like I'm really interested, and then ghost they motherfucking ass, but not like fully. I'll be like an apparition they can see, but they can't touch me. But that's for chicks that I know will chase me. You know, it really depends. You got to read the woman, because not all women are going to chase you like some women will.
Facts. MIA, when you be cold approaching them chicks with the camera on, do they act weird at first? How do you do? Talk to them at first, or what? Just gassing up on the ass, or what?
Yeah, I mean, mainly like today, because I was live in the field today in Nashville. The main thing I look for is chicks in groups, because I feel like these chicks figured out that, I mean, a lot of dudes will at some point build the courage to approach them with that by themselves, but I notice the baddest chicks are never alone. They always with somebody. So I'm more open to approach the group. And with that, I typically just ask like, hey, how do you guys know each other? Or how long y'all known each other? And then, because like I said, I think I get the most choosing signals from a group, if we got to use that term, because if I'm talking to more than one chick, whichever one is showing me, you know, more conversation, more into what I'm talking about, that's the one. If I'm feeling it, that's the one I deal with. But typically it's me just approaching groups. I prefer to approach a chick when it's two or more, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have that option, and even if that doesn't come through, it always looks good to another potential chick that I would want to talk to, for her to see me chopping it up with two baddies, even if they got a boyfriend or whatever. So yeah, I just approach groups for the most part.
I agree with that 100%. Two or more.
Me too.
Like you said, like I said before, you could kind of play them off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, women compete with each other, have a little competitive jealousy button within them. So once you have two chicks, like I said, you could talk to one, look at the other one, like, yo, your girlfriend always act like this. You really bring her out? That's crazy. Anyway, I mean, they start laughing at each other and looking at each other. Now it's a competition between them.
Here go the caveat to that is the chick that's giving you the choosing signals that you know you can get some play from. Ignore that bitch and give the play to the other bitch.
To the friend, exactly. She probably gonna get the best head, the best box.
I'm trying that she'll be buying you shit that day.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Like I try to go for, like, when I'm out or whatever, and I know it don't always happen, but I try to go for the baddest chicks. And what I realize is the baddest ones are never alone. And if they are, they typically on the phone and they walking super fast.
Mm-hmm. So you gotta go fuck with cousin T-Talk, because what he pointed out to me, and I've been noticing it all along. I just never really put it together. What when you see them chicks out there, the baddest chick usually be like the queen bee, and all them other bitches that's around her is they there to keep you from fucking with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the chicks figured it out. You know, they like shit. You know, if a guy really wants to talk to me or to my friends or whatever, he gonna have to talk to us.
To
And
us.
and you skip so many steps by doing that. Because think about it, if you meet a chick by herself, let's say she is bad or whatever, you meet her by herself and you start fucking with her. At some point, you may meet her friends. At some point,
Right.
I don't approach chicks while they with their mom and everything. Like you may meet that, but if you do that off the approach, next time you meet them, it's a lot more warm. It's a lot more easier. It's a lot more open instead of it being a whole nother game. So I recommend if y'all want to really improve with this shit with women, start approaching groups because most guys are scared as fuck of that shit. They'll approach a chick by themselves when they feeling themselves or with the homies, but you rarely see people, especially a guy by himself, going up to a group of women, especially if they all bad.
And women recognize that. Women do recognize when a dude walks up to a group of chicks.
Shout out
That's super confidence.
cousin T-Talk. Mr. Man in Action, I want to ask you a question, bro. I seen that you doing a boot camp. So what's the scoop on that? Like what you out here teaching these brothers and what are guys coming to you for? Like explain the boot camp that you're doing because I seen you announce it. So what's that about?
Yeah, so basically it's called Camp MIA, you know, Camp Man in Action. And basically it's me linking up with some of the supporters in person and actually, you know, seeing where they're at as far as their game, pretty much like an in-person consultation. But one thing I noticed is that you can only get so far online. You gotta be face to face with this shit. You know what I mean? So I'm actually pulling up to these people's cities because I was just gonna host it in Atlanta and Vegas, but you know how people will pop up in a lit city like Vegas and they'll be like, oh, I can only do that in Vegas. I can't do that in my hometown. So I don't want to hear that excuse. So I'm actually pulling up to wherever these people are at and I'm coaching them. You know, I'm coaching them a whole day, couple hours or whatever, and trying to get them results. You know, like if you're a guy who never made an approach and you finally make one during Camp MIA, that's results. You never got a number, you finally get one, that's results. So I'm really just trying to get these people that follow my channel to not focus on the content so much and to actually go out and do some shit. Because I think that's really when you're going to really develop your game, when you go out and do it.
How are you picking where you going? You just going to random spots or you like poll or what? Picking the place you want to go.
Well, I did Atlanta. You know, I did Atlanta this past weekend. I'm doing Dallas at the end of December, and then I'm doing Vegas at the end of January because these were trips I already had planned. So it's kind of like a trial of what I'm doing right now, but I got people reaching out, you know, like all over Boston, New York and stuff like that. So, but I ain't just doing it for anybody, you know, it's through a contract. I'm actually like talking to you, trying to catch your vibe. I'm not just going to pop up just because you know, you're like, hey, I want to do it. Nah, I got to catch your vibe. But yeah, man, I mean, that's how I'm doing it. I really thought about it and I was like, why not? Because I mean, guys, you know, guys will book 10 consultations and it's like, bro, when you gonna actually do it?
Exactly.
So yeah, I just want to link up with these folks in person and really put them to the test. It ain't gonna be easy, it's gonna be uncomfortable, you know, you're gonna be in situations you ain't used to, but I think it'll definitely be worth it. Especially if you already made the decision to book me and pay for the shit. don't try to chicken out when I actually pop up. So
Are
yeah,
they
man,
are they teachable or are they kind of like awestruck because it's you and shit? Or are they really like letting you teach them?
Yeah, well, example of Atlanta that I did last weekend, it was two people that booked it. One dude, he booked 2 days. The other dude only booked 1 day. But the one dude, he was kind of like for example, he saw me get rejected and he thought he just found out Santa Claus wasn't real. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, I get rejected all the time. You know what I mean? So it was one of those situations. But over time, the more and more I talked to him, he got better. But yeah, at first it's like, oh shit, okay. But I'm like, bro, I'm in the same game as you. You know, I'm gonna get rejected more than you, honestly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's cool though. I'm enjoying it so far.
It's the mob, baby. Shout out to POA. Salute for you and the brothers. Thanks for the $20 super chat, brother.
Be away.
Peace, BOA, man. King Ray
Yeah,
Ray.
salute.
If you want to link in, let me know. Salute to you.
Yeah, it's 12:30, man, over here where I'm at on the East Coast. So I'm gonna drop back after.
Yeah. I think
Catch the rest on the replay.
All right, get to sleep, man. Get to sleep.
Yeah, man. Getting old, man. Gotta get these couple hours in.
I'm right there with you. Gotta stretch that lower back. Take the vitamins, right?
Oh man, I got a massage today. So I'm feeling good. But salute to all of you fellas. Appreciate you for inviting me up, Affy, RPC. We gotta kick it.
Yes, sir.
Salute, Mr. Man in Action.
Salute.
You got my vote for Young Pimp of the Year on YouTube.
For sure.
And LDA is the scientist, is Dr. Mindbender right there. You hit him with LDA got the vicious mouthpiece because he be dropping them seeds early. And I don't know the other gentleman, but salute to you also, sir.
Appreciate it.
Just check out your content.
All right.
All right, peace, y'all.
All right, bro.
Peace.
Hey, yo, RPC, you hear me?
Yo, peace, man. What up?
Man, I was listening. I caught the end of you and AP joint, but it was funny because I had a shorty with me, and when he asked, and I know it's kind of off subject, but shit, I want to know what you guys think. When he asked about who would smell worse, man,
yo,
it definitely is women. Definitely.
Yeah. I think people definitely need to go check that episode on the Player for Life on YouTube. Yeah, we did an episode called What Value Do Women Have, I think it's called, or the value that women bring or whatever. And yeah, man, AP was saying some things. People need to go over there and see what Player for Life was saying. So yeah, man, that shit was hilarious, bro. I was watching the playback, man. I'm over here crying watching the playback.
Yeah, Shorty was trying to argue me down. I'm like, nah. There ain't no way.
Yo, AP said, women are the best husbands. Oh, you didn't even hear that part.
Hey, all that shit was to me. You said, we talk about the twerking. Like, can you do it?
Can you do it? You said no. He said somebody asked him.
Go ahead.
Somebody asked them. So why? Some dude asked, why? So why are women twerking on tables? And AP said, now hold on. Why aren't you twerking on tables? Can you twerk? He looked at me. RPC, can you twerk? It's not that easy, okay? It's the muscles, and I'm looking like, holy shit, hilarious, man.
Yeah, I didn't catch all that. I just caught that one part. I was like, man, I'm at the
bro, yeah, run that back. Trust me, man, you're gonna enjoy yourself.
Pull it up, RPC.
Pull it up. What do you mean? How?
Screen share.
Now I'm on my phone.
All right, I can pull it up. You guys give me 5%.
I got to get ready to go. I got to complete this project.
Last words, bro.
I want to thank you for having me on. To the Dating Doctor, Mr. Man in Action, Red Pill Chauvinist, and Outfeed Kingdom. I want to appreciate all y'all. Y'all are the best. I look at all y'all stuff. You just don't know it sometimes. You don't know it. I'll pay attention to everything. So I just want to say you can find me tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Talking about schedule time. We're going to talk about setting up a schedule tonight. We're going to be talking about all this week. But please understand that from the title of this show, women can be delusional, can be difficult if you don't know how to handle a woman.
But
in saying all that, I am out.
Appreciate you.
No doubt, LDA. Peace. Hey, yo, Alfie, like I said, man, I'm about to, head out myself too. I got to go to work tomorrow, save some more lives, man. But yeah, y'all definitely check that episode out, man. Low key, AP wanted you to roast them, man. You know what I'm saying? Do I guess what do you call that? Your own episode, roasting that episode, man. You should check it out. But yeah, check out my channel, the Red Pill Chauvinist. Appreciate everybody for listening to this episode. Hopefully y'all got something out of it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mr. MIA, you know what I'm saying? Young Lion doing his thing. You know what I mean? Shout out to the dating doc. I think, yeah, I seen you earlier. I think he seen the episode earlier. So shout out to him, man.
You want me to do a video on his shit? Is that what you said?
Yeah, man. He said he wanted you to watch that and for you to give your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Live on the air. You know what I mean?
When did he say that? I didn't hear him say that.
No. He said that to me behind. That's why I said low key.
Oh,
behind stage. He wanted you to watch that shit and be like, yo, hold on. What's going on with my man AP? You know what I'm saying? He was saying some wild things. Yeah, man. But yeah, again, appreciate everybody, man. Afi, you already know, man. We gonna talk, man. I'll meet you up tomorrow.
all right, bro.
All right, my man.
Good night,
Peace,
bro.
everybody.
All right, bro.
All right, man. Well, any last words for y'all? Any questions? Any? You know what I'm saying? Anything you want to touch on real quick? Dating dot MIA.
Oh man, let me see.
Let's take some questions real quick.
Yeah.
Let's take some questions in the chat. If you got some questions, you got 3 coaches in here that can really help y'all out. And you got 3 coaches that's hella different too. So you can get 3
Triple threat.
advice. Come on. All right, let's see.
Alfie, you gonna be on tomorrow morning?
Yeah, you want to?
Yeah, we can do that.
You got a topic?
I can definitely have one by tomorrow morning, and I'll text it to you.
All right, let me know.
Hey, Alfie, you doing what? Tuesday, Thursday, every morning? What you doing?
Monday through Friday, bro.
Every day. Okay.
Monday through Fridays, and this is like a Patreon show. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The only videos I keep up is my daily shit now.
Let me see how many people we got. I know somebody got a question. They listening to us.
All right, let me see. We at 102. I'm gonna give y'all till 105. I'm gonna play a song. If you put a question in the chat, because I already know it'll be a little bit delayed, so I'm gonna cut y'all some slack. Yeah, boy. What y'all got cracking for the week, brothers?
Oh man, I'm gonna do my first. I gotta make sure it's COVID safe, but we're gonna try to schedule a little single thing going on in January. So I gotta hit up this one little spot and see if they want to do something. Because we hosted events before all this, so I'm trying to get back into that. So with that, shoot, just straight chilling, catching up on Army stuff.
What's up to speed dating?
What's up?
What's up to speed dating?
Well, okay, so that's going to be a mixer, but if they buy the video speed dating, they go to that event for free. If they don't do the video speed dating, they just got to pay at the door.
Thoughts on the vaccine? Y'all taking it?
I got to. You already know my other life. Yeah.
What about you,
I kind of look at it like if I absolutely have to, I will, but I'm trying to stay away from it.
But here's the thing: they've had vaccines forever, right? Polio, H1N1, all this other stuff. Nowadays, when people just all up on the social political drama and social media and stuff, now all of a sudden we get crazy about this vaccine. We've been taking vaccines for hundreds of years, so you know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna argue that. That's true, but I'm just saying I never rushed to take any of them. So for this one, I ain't gonna rush to take this one either. And I know with the ones that you talked about, they typically they were proven to work for years, and this COVID only happened pretty much the end of 2019 and this year. So I don't know. I got mixed thoughts about it, but like I said, if I absolutely have to travel and to do anything, then yeah.
What's next on the bucket list on the travel shit? Excuse me.
I didn't hear that.
No, I said what's on the bucket list for the travel for y'all cats?
Shoot, I'm going to Salvador, El Salvador, in, hopefully in April, and then that's for work. And then I'm gonna try to do. I was supposed to do Jamaica back in May, so it's gonna have to be this upcoming May.
Oh, I see a question. Let me see. Yeah. All right, last two.
Oh, okay. We got a couple other ones there. Two.
Mental illness and pain.
Ooh, well, it depends. Okay, because you got you got DMS, actual mental illness, right? Whether it's on the spectrum, whether it's dementia. I mean, it depends. I guess I need a little more information because anxiety and depression, general anxiety and depression is mental illness, but it might not be diagnosed. But just to kind of answer his question, I mean, the biggest thing is a lot of us go through past trauma, anxiety, depression. So just realize that whoever you end up with, more than likely, you're going to want to have someone that either understands it, is going through it themselves. But get therapy. If it's something that's diagnosed, you got to get therapy or get SSRIs, because what you don't want is you end up taking the risk of being in a toxic relationship and you make your situation even worse. If it's just anxiety and depression, there's ways to counter that. But again, you got to communicate well with your partner, and after you guys are wrapped for a little bit, you're gonna have to let them know, hey, look, this is kind of what I'm going through, and as long as we can manage it.
Oh, good. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna ask the last question. I got a question for both of y'all. Shout out to Principal Bay. I see you, sweetie. What do you guys think about girls' trips? With the girls you deal with, rotation, y'all girls, y'all main ones. What's y'all take on the girls' trip for both of y'all? I want to hear that.
You talking like if they're going on vacation, like all by themselves, or what do you mean?
Yeah, I'm talking about like a girl that you're dating is going on a girl trip. Are you rocking with that? Or are you telling her like you ain't really feeling it?
Oh man. So for me personally,
one of your girls and 4 of her friends going to Jamaica for the week. You call on her or not?
I mean, me personally, because the girls I normally go for, and not taking any offense from anyone else, but like the girls I go for, they're just not like wild. And even if she decided to be wild, I'm not gonna panic, because like it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, I can control what I can control. There's levels to it. If she's dancing on a table, that's different from her trying to, suck some dick. I mean, there's a huge difference. But for me, when it comes to the trip, I mean, it just don't faze me, because the kind of girls I go for, normally they're very, very authentic, very low key. Most of the time they're introverted. Like I don't really like, I mean, and she could be bad in bed and not have to be all wilding out. So it's just the girls I end up with, I don't know, man. I don't even worry about that. I mean, it just doesn't even like, it doesn't even compute in my brain. And like I said, if she gets drunk and she's dancing or whatever, I'm only gonna know because she's gonna be honest with me, because that's the kind of relationship I got with her, right? I only know what I know. But I'm not gonna be with no wild ass girl that I gotta worry about that. It's just not my MO.
Got you. MMIA, what's going on? How you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of it, but like the dating doc said, that's kind of one of those things that I don't know. It wouldn't be a deal breaker, but it's just something I'm not a fan of. Like I've dealt with chicks who were on a girl trip when they met me. You know what I mean, quote unquote. So I know those type of vibes. I know that type of mindset. I know the energy that they be having. And I've also had chicks that I dealt with that go on these girl trips. And I mean, I've seen behind the scenes, and I've seen, just still being in the hometown while the woman is out. So I'm not a fan of it, but like I said, depending on the dynamic of me and this chick, like how I know her, where she's at in my life, I wouldn't say that would necessarily be a deal breaker, but I wouldn't recommend it. Like if her and her girls were talking about going out, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, you should. Nah, I'd be like, nah, I ain't really feeling it. And if she rock with me like that, she wouldn't go. But if she does, I just have to get her in where she fit in my life.
Hey, but here's another angle I thought of is there's a difference, right? I mean, you can say it's considered cheating if she sent me a picture of her sucking on one of her friends' titties. Like, yeah, I guess you can consider that cheating, but I'm not opposed to that kind of picture, right? Versus her messing around with some, with a dude or other dudes. So, but again, that goes back to what Ibn Maya was saying. It's about that dynamic.
Right. I got one more subject question. I just want to know y'all take on this too. All right, and then we done for the night. What's the place? Where's the place where most cheating goes down? What's y'all opinion?
Say that one more time.
I can hear that.
Where does most cheating go down at? Where does the most cheating go down at?
I wouldn't be for sure, but off top, especially in the U.S., I would just say Vegas. I mean, I feel like as soon as chicks hop off the McCarran Airport, their mindset is, if I ever thought about cheating, this would be the place where it's quote unquote okay. People shit on that city. Think about if you live there and everybody out there saying, what happens here stays here. So I can literally be a totally different person while I'm here. So I would say Vegas, just from the theme and the vibe and how it's set up. But, I think they might have to do some research on that. But that's what I think.
Data dot.
Okay, so you talking worldwide, U.S.? What are you talking about?
Whatever come to mind.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna agree with Vegas when it comes to city, right? Because the same thing too. It's escape 101. That's where they want to escape, like mentally and all that jazz, right? Now, when you talk about non-city work. Work is where cheating happens the most because they familiar. Somebody tries to sneak in and woe is me, what's happening with you and your fella. So work is where a lot of the cheating happens because they sneak in emotionally first and then they start hanging out at lunch and stuff. When we talk about city, yeah, I would say same thing. I mean, we're gonna do some research, but Vegas is escape 101.
All right, well, I'm gonna say that in 1A. Cruises, bro. Cruises, you getting cheated on. Singles, and when girls get together and go on cruises, it's automatic cheats, bro. It's automatic cheats because you on that little stuff for like 4 or 5 days. By that last 4th or 5th day, your girl going down, bro. They're going down. All them drinks and stuff, and then you keep like hanging out with the people over and over again. It goes down on the cruise ship.
I can see that.
It goes down on the cruise ship.
I didn't think of that, but that makes a lot of sense. I can see that happening.
Because when somebody holler at your girl, they keep seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you just get them, in the mall, boom, and that's it. You're going to see them at the shows. You're going to see them at the buffet. You're going to see them at the club. So you're going to get familiar. And by the time that trip is over, it might be a wrap.
Shit, that make me think of college as well then. Especially how you just broke that down, how you keep seeing them. Because I know a couple times where a chick, she had her boyfriend at home or whatever, but while she out at college, she really getting loose.
Oh yeah,
never ever know.
Hey, but you know what the cruise and Vegas have in common, and this is kind of like the wild card is hotels, right? Because they don't have to clean them. They're not going to be there a week later or a couple days later. So that's kind of like a pod to get down, if that makes sense. It's kind of like they're mentally escaping, but then that room That's not the one with the family photos. That's not the one with the dog running around. That room is like somewhere they could just do their thing. Mentally, they out of it. You see what I'm saying? Then they gone. They back to normal life.
Mm-hmm.
All good, man. Well, last words, man in action. I see you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you guys check me out, Mr. Man in Action. Alfie, appreciate you for having me again, bro. And yeah, man, you guys just go out and take action. I mean, and that's in whatever sense y'all want. But anything in life is not going to happen unless you do something. So do something, guys.
Good, David Dot.
Appreciate Afi. Appreciate you from the beginning when you introduced me to a lot of these experts out here. All the viewers supporting Afi, make sure you keep supporting him because we don't do this without you. If not, we're just all talking by ourselves. So definitely appreciate the viewers that stayed up wherever you at to watch this. Follow, as it says there on the screen, the Dating Doc. I'm on IG, FB, YouTube, and got the podcast. If you're on there, if you decide to follow me on YouTube, reach out and say hi. I actually want to get to know you as a person. I don't want to just treat you like another follower. So just go ahead and say hi. Send me a DM. But again, thank you. Thank you, Afi.
Good. As for me, follow me on Instagram, Dominance Mindset Raw Gang. If you want to book a consultation, get my Instagram up, get the link tree, schedule it. Buy my 4 books, Analytical Confusion, Conversation with the Mind, Finesse Game, Dominance Mindset of a King. If you want to donate, Cash App, PayPal, all of that. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see y'all 7:30 tomorrow with Mr. Man in Action. Peace.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.